this 24-year-old pop star.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, we are 4 miles into the day. We're heading down to the priest shelter, which I have been extremely excited to see the entire time that I've been on trail, because people confess their hiker sins in the logbook. So we're gonna go take a look at those. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. The last time I was here, Mother Nature called with a fury after the overlook, after the edges. I got about a 2-inch hole dug, hit a rock, and that was that. Found a big rock and hid away my sin. Agent Orange. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned. I've been hiking for 2 months now, traveled over 800 miles. I'm still carrying a full stick of Old Spice deodorant. He said, as penance, I will not touch any soap after Harper's Ferry until I summit Katahdin.
Oh.
I've been sleeping with my food since Springer Mountain.
Holy.
Hiking with Jenny. I confess that I walked part of the Virginia Creeper Trail instead of the AT proper, and also part of the Blue Ridge Parkway, where Jesus rewarded me for my sin by sending fresh grounds to feed me. I would do it all again. Alrighty, that was fun. Good morning. I want to talk about last night. The waterproofing seal on my copper spur failed. The water was pouring into my tent, all over my face, my quilt, everything was soaked. And it's the first time that's happened to me, which was unfortunate. So I lived. Eventually the storm let up and I was able to get some sleep, but tent and everything is very wet. But that's fine, because today I only have about 13 and a half more miles to get to the Maupin shelter. I'm going on the AT. I'm white blazing the 3 ridges in the rain, because we're getting some more storms. And I believe that tonight is going to be really, really stormy. So staying in the shelter. The plan is to just get to Waynesboro one day later than we'd originally hoped. So let's go. Today is also Saturday, May 4th, which means it's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. All socked in coming down from the priest. It's a bummer. Look at this little guy. He's right on the trail. I hope nobody steps on him. What a cutie. Right now I'm headed up to the 3 ridges. Wish I had better weather for it. It's a gray and gloomy day, and there are some really spectacular views up there. I've actually done this section before. I did the AT 3 ridges section and looped it with the Malhar Trail, which is a blue blaze that Soap and Gadget will be taking today. And it is a gorgeous trail. Gorgeous. Much nicer than the pretty brutal ridge climb up the 3 ridges, especially on a day like this. I would take the Malhar Trail over this section any day of the week. But I'm very excited to do this section because it was actually on this particular section hike that I got to a white blaze and saw it going off into the distance and said to myself, I'm doing the AT someday. And that was a big moment for me then. And I have been looking forward to getting back to that white blaze since I started. So really, really, really excited to see that today. And I believe that'll be right before I get to the shelter, or it'll be right at the junction before I start the AT section. I can't remember if I did it from the north and went clockwise, or if I went south and went, I don't remember, but it's going to be one of those 2 junctions, and I'm incredibly excited to see it. So even though it's rainy and gloomy, my spirits are high, and I'm just gonna do my best to stay dry and not think about the fact that I'm probably gonna be setting up a very wet sleep system tonight. All right, back to the Three Ridges Wilderness. We are so back, baby. Okay, right behind me is the Malhar Trail. I've been that way before. Right there, CAT. I've been that way before. I'm going that way again. Feels good. I'm gonna go eat lunch at the Harper's Creek Shelter in Point 8. And then I have a 2,000 foot climb over about 2 miles. So, wish me luck. I did not remember this about this trail. It is just Boulder City over here. This is crazy. It's gonna take me a lot longer to get over this than I thought I was going to. I might be getting to the shelter a little late. Hope there's room. And that's a wrap. We did it. That's the summit of Three Ridges. Let's go back down. That was the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. It's still there. That was the most beautiful bird I've ever seen. It was just sitting on the trail. I'm at a loss for words. That was, whew. Wow, that was, okay. All right, thanks AT. That was weird. That bird was enormous. It was a turkey. It was a huge, white, like beautiful turkey. And it was so chill. It was just like watching me, and then it kind of like moseyed off the trail and just like sat right down over on the side of the trail and like it went to sleep. It like just kind of nuzzled up and closed its eyes. That was crazy. All right. Three Ridges. Confirmed magical. That was crazy. Hello. I genuinely think that was cooler than seeing a bear. I genuinely think that was cooler than seeing a bear. That was the coolest bird I have ever seen. I'm like flabbergasted. That was a beautiful bird. That was insane. The sound it made was crazy. Was it a pheasant? I have never seen a bird like that before. And it didn't sound like a turkey. What the heck was that? I'm a pheasant? I have to Google it. That was crazy. That was beautiful. I'm completely in awe. I'm going to be thinking about that for the next like 2.5 miles. That was bizarre. This is Hanging Rock Overlook. Me and my friends once took a lunch break here many years ago. It's cool to be back. It's looking a little spooky. I took a photo with my friends in front of this exact sign years ago. I remember standing right here. I remember standing right here. I was blonde back then. Ooh, how cool is that? And right here is where I looked up the trail and said that one day I was going to do the AT. Feels pretty cool.